In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to create a countdown timer for your PowerPoint slides without having to use any add-ins or third-party tools. The best thing about it is that you can create everything in PowerPoint itself. So let's get started. The first thing to do is design how you want your timer to look. Start by adding a text box or shape and then type in the highest number for your countdown. In this case, I've put 30 as my highest number for 30 seconds. You can then add or change the design around this number. Don't worry about doing anything with the slide background because the export process will make the background transparent. Once you're happy with your design, duplicate this slide as many times as there are seconds in your timer. Then go through each slide and change the number to match the second for the countdown. You can change the design on the other slides if you want to. You might want to alternate the design, for example, or you might want to highlight the last 5 or 10 seconds. Once you have all your slides, we need to tweak the slide timings in the Transition tab in your ribbon. I've done a lot of testing with this as, due to the minimum transition timing being 0.01 of a second, we need to make sure that the timer matches up to your slideshow that you want to include it in, especially if that slideshow advances to the next slide after your countdown has finished. You want to make sure that they'll sync up. This will become clear later. The first slide's timing is different to the others. The first slide needs to be set so that there is no transition, that the transition time is 0.01 of a second, and then the advanced slide time needs to be set to a second. Make sure on mouse click is unchecked. Next, we're going to change the settings for the remaining slides. So select all the slide thumbnails in the left-hand side of PowerPoint except the first one, and then in the Transition tab, make sure that there's no transition selected, change the transition time to 0.01 of a second, and then set the advanced slide time to 0.92 of a second. I found that this works most accurately for me alongside the way I've set my time slides up, but you may want to tweak this timing based on your own testing. Make sure that on mouse click is also unchecked. Now we have the timer set up, we just need to export it. Go to File, Export, then create an animated GIF. Select the quality of the GIF. I always go for extra large so I know it's going to be high quality, but this is up to you. Check the box to make the background transparent and leave the other defaults as they are. Next, click Create GIF, type in a name for your timer, click Save, and then leave it to save. Now you've got your exported GIF, you can use it on your slides and it will automatically play when you start the slideshow. Just to test this is working well, here I've got some time slides and I've set these up to automatically move on after 30 seconds. And this should sync up with the timer that we've just created. What I've done here with these time slides is I've set each of the time slides so that the transition is set to have no transition, each transition is set to 0.01 of a second, and to advance the slide after 30 seconds. All I need to do now is insert my animated GIF onto the slide, and then I can resize it and move it to where I want it to be positioned on the slide. Once I'm happy with its size and position, I can copy it and paste it onto all my other slides. Now I'll start my slideshow and my slides will automatically advance when the timer has counted down. I'm demonstrating this in PowerPoint's presenter view so that you can see the timers synced to each other. Just a quick note about this method if you're planning to use this timer via a Teams meeting. Certain elements of what I've shown you won't work if you use Presenter View in Teams. The timer itself will work, but if you set up your slideshow to move automatically on to the next slide at the end of the countdown, this currently doesn't work in Presenter View. However, if you share your screen instead and present that way, your slides will move on once the countdown has concluded. Thanks for watching, I hope you found it useful.